This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. This video is brought to you by Starboy's Juices. Infusing fruits with sea moss in Philadelphia and New Jersey. Refreshing and nutritious. Call Starboyz at 1-267-904-3454. That's 1-267-904-3454. Hey guys, thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this video in particular. But let me give you an update on a channel called Sport City. Yes, Sport City. It is a channel dedicated to everything related to Jamaican sports. Football, cricket, athletics, netball, rugby league, rugby union, tennis, lacrosse, swimming, you name it, we got it on Sport City. And what is the channel designed to do? It is designed to highlight Jamaican talents across all of those sporting disciplines. If you're a Jamaican and you're playing that sport, then we got you covered on Sport City. So it's quite simple, guys. Hit the subscribe button to Sport City right now.
Yes, Reggae Boyz commentary, like and subscribe, yeah? Reggae Boyz commentary, like, share and subscribe.
Reggae Boyz commentary, subscribe, like and share.
I'm Javon Watson, and you're watching Reggae Boyz commentary.
Hi, my name is Lee Williamson. Subscribe to Reggae Boyz commentary.
Hi, my name is Joby McAnuff. Subscribe to Reggae Boyz commentary.
Good evening. Good evening, everybody. How is everybody doing? I hope you all are doing well. Me llamo Simon y bienvenidos a Reggae Boyz Commentary. Bonjour tout le monde et bienvenue à Reggae Boyz Commentary. C'est le channel pour l'information de Jamaïque, le foot de Jamaïque, le numéro 1 channel pour le foot en Jamaïque. Oui, c'est un grand channel en Jamaïque pour parler les foot pour les hommes et les femmes. Hey guys, how is everybody doing? Everybody doing okay? How was your day in a nutshell? Were you guys able to catch up on some content? Well, I hope you guys were able to. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and hit the like button. And after you hit the like button, subscribe to Reggae Boyz Commentary for more content, all right? So I look forward to what you guys will have to say in that matter. The national team, as we know, training ahead of the important encounter against Mexico on Sunday in the CONCACAF Nations League. The Reggae Boyz had a very productive training session at the Montego Bay Sports Complex today. It was a session in the morning. Of course, the sun was out, but very productive. Players grafted hard, they worked, they were disciplined in terms of the routine that was set out. Everything worked out quite well. So I'm very pleased about that. And I know that you guys will be pleased because that is application. Put it in the time, put it in the effort as we seek a piece of history. As you guys know, Jamaica have never been to the semifinals of the Nations League. and of course have never defeated Mexico in Mexico. The Jamaicans have defeated the United States in the United States twice. You see what I'm saying? Now, for Jamaica to defeat Mexico in Mexico, a feat that has only been matched by only a handful of countries. Costa Rica did so in 2001. The United States did so in a friendly in 2012, and Honduras did so as well. They defeated Mexico in around 2013. Jamaica has picked up a draw at the Azteca before, and recent matches against Mexico have been quite narrow. If you look at the scoreline, especially of the last 5 times that both teams have met, it's only been one goal or that has separated both teams. And as you know, Gold Cup 2017 was remarkable, glorious. Why was that? Why is that in particular? Well, it's because of Kemar Taxi Lawrence. That's right, Kemar Taxi Lawrence scoring that free kick in the Gold Cup. How special was that? How special was that? Well, it was an important moment as Jamaica booked back-to-back appearances in the Gold Cup final. Just process that for a moment, folks, because this is something that has never been done by not only any other Caribbean team, but when you even think about other teams in the Gold Cup and in Gold Cup history, the United States have been to back-to-back Gold Cup finals, yeah. Mexico have been to back-to-back Gold Cup finals. Canada have not. Canada have only been to one Gold Cup final. All right? Costa Rica have only been to one Gold Cup final. Panama have been to 2 Gold Cup finals, but it wasn't in successive years. Panama's Gold Cup finals came 2005 and 2013. Costa Rica's Gold Cup final came in 2002. Colombia's Gold Cup final, 2000. Brazil's Gold Cup final, 1996 and 2003. You see what I'm saying? So Jamaica has done something that only Mexico and the United States have done. Honduras' Gold Cup final appearance came in 1991. That's right, 1991. 3 decades ago. 3 decades ago, that's when it all mapped out. So when you exclude teams that have won the Gold Cup, which is US, Canada, Mexico, you have to give Jamaica the plaudits of being one of the most successful teams because 2 silver medals. Brazil, 2 silver medals, yes, but it was in back-to-back years. And the team in 2003 was an under-23 team. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, you can talk about the 98 team that got the bronze medal. Fine, you can discuss that. But you have to give credit where credit is due. And it is special. Extremely special. And I'll show you, I know I see the comments, and I will be getting to the comments for you guys quite shortly so that you guys can be able to, process the information that I've just said. So on your screen now, you see the Gold Cup finals on the left. And on the right, you see the third place playoffs, if there was a third place playoff. So like you see in 2003, you see the United States 3, Costa Rica 2. So in 2003, the United States got the bronze medal and Costa Rica finished 4th in that year of the Gold Cup. Jamaica was eliminated that year to Mexico in the quarterfinals at the Azteca Stadium. The 2023 edition of the Gold Cup. Now, the 2023 edition of the Gold Cup will also be a 16-team event. But come 2025, we'll see some expansions as the Gold Cup is expected to feature 24 teams. A Gold Cup expansion. But one step at a time, and we will get there when we will get there. I know that's a tautology, but it is facts. But look at the growth of where we're coming from. 3 decades ago, we had an 8-team tournament, and now it's doubled. I remember having a conversation with Horace Reed back in 2011 that I felt a 16-team Gold Cup is something that we should strive towards. That was 2011, and a decade later, 2019, we saw the expansion, didn't we? It's interesting that the Gold Cups where Jamaica went to the final, it was a 12-team tournament. Yep, 12-team tournament. 2019 was the first edition with the 16 teams, and Jamaica went to the semifinals. And 2021, as we know, Jamaica went to the quarterfinals of the competition. So this is what the history of the Gold Cup has been like for Jamaica. Two silver medals. Jamaica shared third place in 1993, and Jamaica also finished fourth in 1998. In 2019, there was no third place playoff, but Jamaica and Haiti were the teams that lost their semi-final match in 2019. Let's take some of the comments from you guys. Let's take some of the comments. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, okay? Sherrod Hall says, bless up, Mr. Preston. How are you doing, Sherrod Hall? Balatelli says, first, bless up, Simon P. Bless up, how are you? How are things? John Powell says, bless up, Simon. Bless up, John Powell. How are you? Jamaicans Worldwide says, big up, Simon. Big up. Marvin Ferron says, good night, Simon. I hope God continues to bless you and the good work that you're doing. Thank you, Marvin. I appreciate it. And may God continue to bless you as well. May He continue to bless you, your family, and that everything you do, continues to flourish. So I wish the very, very same thing for you as well. So thank you very much. Siobhan Willis says, bonjour, Simon. Bonjour, ça va? Quoi de neuf? Ça va? Je suis très fatigué maintenant, mais je suis très bien maintenant. Ça va bien. Ça va bien, mais ça va moyen. Tant. Brown Stevie says, talk so we can understand Elbakov. Oh, you're saying talk so we can understand. Okay, no problem. What do you guys would like? French, Spanish, English, Portuguese, Arabic? Just tell me what you guys would like to see. IS Abs, look at that. I can talk Arabic to IS Abs. Hey Simon, how are you doing? Marhaban. Siritu bilika aika. I'm doing good, thanks. Shukran. Timur Peterkin says, good evening. Good evening, how are you? Maria Victoria says, Perez Ortiz says, Amistosos Internacionales 2023. So what he's basically typed is Friendly Internationals 2023. That is what Maria Victoria Cespedes Ortiz has typed. Amistosos means friendlies, Internacionales, international, 2023. So international friendlies 2023. He said Argentina versus Panama, a friendly. He also says Colombia versus Uruguay. And he also says South Korea and Japan. Yeah. Chile against Paraguay. And he's backing Chile for the game because he is from Chile. So hopefully I was able to translate for you guys. But yeah. Great. B. Perry says, up. Live 11 Radio says, Simon, good night. How are you, the players? Good evening. How are you doing, Live 11 Radio? The players are getting gelled nicely. Monday was extremely crucial. As you know, in the past, sometimes the travel day is not necessarily the day where you have situations where you might train on that day, but let's talk about right now. And right now, Monday evening, the team trained. Yesterday, today, that's 3 solid days together. 3 solid days. And things are growing and developing, And you have to be pleased with this. Absolutely pleased, because things are starting to grow. And when you're in a team sport and when you're in an environment, you know already that the time that you have is extremely limited. So every minute counts together. Every minute that you have together counts. And the good point is that some of these players were already in Jamaica a couple of weeks ago last week against Trinidad and Tobago. So some of them are back. And of course, they know each other quite well. So it won't be anything new. Some players have been part of the Gold Cup. Some players part of the World Cup qualifying campaign. So I expect the tandem to progress nicely. I really do. Joel Smith says, big up, Simon. Big up. How are you doing? Uruguay, Colombia, Kieran Cup Challenge. Yes, in Japones. Pierce says, a bit disappointed isn't in the squad, but we have a match regardless buffering. Yeah, we know the situation with Omari. It's personal reasons, and we're going to respect that. Shukran, I'm good, bro. Just eating food as I prepare for the first day of Ramadan. Okay, interesting. And for you guys that are not following, I was just speaking Arabic a while ago to IS Abs when I was saying Marhaban, Siritu Bilika Aika, Shukran. That's what I was saying to Ayasab. If I was speaking to a woman, I would say Suriltu bilika iki. So in terms of greetings, there are different wordings when you're speaking to a man compared to greetings to a woman. So if you're greeting a woman, you'd say marhaban, and then you'd say my name is, which is Ismi Simon. So my name is Ismi Simon. Suriltu bilika iki. So that would be nice to meet you or good to see you in Arabic to a woman. But I was speaking to a man, so it's Suriltu bilika ika. Or you could say Tasharaftu bilika iki. Good day, Simon. What's going on with Mexico? So Mexico, as we know, plays Suriname tomorrow within the CONCACAF Nations League in Suriname. The quality of the surface is raising concerns within the Mexican camp. And as you know, some of them murmur, some of them disappointed with the quality. So we're just going to have to wait and see how tomorrow pans out. The match is at 7 p.m. Jamaica time tomorrow. We will see at the end of the counter if they're unscathed, if they come out of that encounter unscathed. Suriname, they have been utilizing their facility as best as possible for the training sessions. Marcelo says, je ne peux pas parler l'espagnol. Ah, je comprends. Mais à mon avis, je pense que français, c'est très facile. Très facile. J'aime français au lieu de l'espagnol. À mon avis, français, c'est très vite. La langue en français, c'est très vite. Il faut parler, par exemple, mais je ne peux pas finir en les 5 minutes. Mais je peux finir en les 5 minutes. Embouteillage, la circulation, en bouchon. Mais en l'espagnol, c'est seulement dans une chanson. Par exemple, tómame la mano que tú eres cosa buena, esta noche que la baila sobre la arena, no sé una ajena, ven paga. Y ahora, alors, c'est seulement dans la musique en l'espagnol. Mais dans le français, avec la conversation et parler avec une personne, on peut parler très vite. Consecutive Gold Cup finals and didn't qualify for the World Cup means we didn't push. And what are 3 things you would have contributed to that? Look, but as you have to look at the circumstances surrounding those things, okay? You have to look at those elements, okay? And the first thing that you have to analyze is this aspect, right? The 2015 Gold Cup final. Remember, Jamaica were seeded with Costa Rica, Panama, and Haiti in the same group. That was the group of death for the qualifiers. Extremely disappointed that Jamaica were in that group. Remember, for the 2018 World Cup qualifiers, it was, that's right, Costa Rica, Panama, and Haiti in the same group. Disappointing. We almost have the same team that played Mexico last time. A few nicks and knacks. Yeah, I can understand that. No Andre Blake, no Anthony Grant, no Romario Williams, no Norman Campbell, but I get your point. Simon, in your expert opinion, what should be the starting 11 against Mexico? So for me, I want us to go into the game. Well, I'll tell you in terms of the 11 that I personally would love to have for this encounter. So I'll do that and let you know how I feel about the game. All right. So this is how I feel in relation to the game. So you guys ready? All right. So in net, I'm going to go with Jamali Waite. Centre halves, Ethan Pinnock and Damien Lowe. Left back, Amari Bell. Right back, Dexter Lembikisa. John Russell. In front of him, Ravel Morrison and Leon Bailey. And the front three of Shamar Nicholson through the middle. And then in relation to the wider areas, Bobby Reed on one side. I know exactly what you guys are saying in terms of having Leon Bailey in terms of as a number 10. I think it's something worth looking at. That's my view, especially against the Mexicans. But, you know, when we have this conversation in the preview for Saturday, we could perhaps have a different conversation. But for now, let me tell you that I'm pleased with the squad and I'm really excited about what lies ahead. Perfect Arabic, bro. Thank you. Thanks very much. I appreciate it. I've been working on my Arabic. So right now in my portfolio, I have English, French, Spanish, Portuguese, Arabic. My Hindi is still room for improvement, but 5 languages. All right, 5 languages is that I can speak. You know, I spent a month in Dubai and I spent 12 hours in Qatar and I just soaked in all of the Arabic that I could and just kept on practicing it, when I returned to Jamaica. Did the Suriname player at Union Berlin get called up? Yes. Yes, the player that plays at Union Berlin, he did get called up for the squad against Mexico. He did get called up. My concern with Geraldo Becker, though, and I was making mention this to JD quite recently, is that in relation to club football, we've never seen him score 10 goals in a season. Right now, 7 goals, 25 appearances for Union Berlin. But look, I know that his contribution is more than just the output of assists and goals. I'm fully aware of that, and I've known of Becker from his days playing for the Netherlands under 16 team. I've been fully aware of that. I saw him, score against England at the under 17 level in 2012. I remember him very well, and I said, "Wow, if Suriname can get him one day, that would be a great coup." But for country, he's one of the X factors for tomorrow for me. So, Geraldo Becker, for me, one of the X factors for the game tomorrow against Mexico. Anthony Dicksteele of Middlesbrough should be making his debut tomorrow. Kelvin Lee Dam of LA Galaxy as well, the former Feyenoord defender. Up to the minute weather says, hoping in Suriname can do us a favor in Paramaribo tomorrow. Let's see. Did you guys know Virgil van Dijk's parents from Suriname? Did you guys know that, you guys know about Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank already? You guys know about Aaron Winter already? You guys know about Vernon Anita, right? Well, the situation with Vernon Anita is quite simple. Yep, the same Vernon Anita that you guys would have seen during his time at Newcastle United in England. He was born in Curacao, and he actually played for the Netherlands Antilles. But not many people are going to remember that. But guess what? I do. He played for the Netherlands Antilles. He played for the Netherlands Antilles. But you'll never see that on the record, but he played for the Netherlands Antilles. And this was when he was an Ajax player. But yeah, Vernon Anita. Now a Curacao player. And Curacao are getting the pieces together, putting everything in place. Eloy Room in his mid-30s, 34. Barra Lackman at Perth Glory. Remember him from his time, I believe, at Swansea City and Sheffield Wednesday. Sheffield Wednesday as well. And there are many others as well, like Rangelo Janga, Jeremy Antonis, and others. I don't think my brethren will even make the cut when you're bearing in mind Gino Van Kessel, without a club right now, and hasn't played football in a little while. But time will tell. We shall see. But Eloy Room, he's the man. Between the sticks. Simon, how much languages can you speak? 5. So that's English, French, Spanish, Portuguese, Arabic. I didn't include Patois because I don't think that I'm an expert in Patois. Maybe I'm just being facetious. But yeah, I can speak Patois and thing, but I wouldn't say I brag or boast about it. But yeah, 6 languages. Simon hit. Honestly, to what extent does the off-field look? In life, ritual sports, when you have adversity or challenges, I want you to bear in mind that situations of this nature, in terms of adversities generally, they're temporary. So I have no idea what you're referring to, But I want you to know that do not worry. Do not worry, because when it's camp, the players are focused about Mexico and focused to beat Mexico. And you know what's on the mind on every single one of those players? They are 3 wins away from winning a trophy for Jamaica. 3 wins away from winning a trophy for Jamaica. And do you know why that is so special? Because not many of them have actually won a trophy with Jamaica. Adrian Mariappa has won a trophy with Jamaica and has a Gold Cup silver medal, right? You know which other member of that team has ever won a trophy? Andre Blake has won a trophy, but he's not in the squad against Mexico. You understand what I'm saying? I hope you follow me, right? But I want you to bear in mind that from that squad, they're hungry. Hungry for success, hungry for trophies, hungry for qualifications. That is the mindset, that is the focus. It's been 7 years since we've won a trophy, and we are keen to end that drought. You see, when you have Ravel Morrison and Daniel Johnson on the field, sometimes it's not the synergy, but sometimes there is an imbalance. I mean, the game against Saudi Arabia, the second game in particular, was fantastic. But DJ and Ravel for every game, I don't expect that to come to fruition every game. I don't expect the same tandem in terms of those two being every game. You want to know the Jamaican squad for the game? Is that what you're asking me? Our squad too will have good players coming off the bench. Yeah, not bad, Mr. Preston. Is there any possibility that boys score for the Mexico game? To be quite frank with you, I'm not sure. But I don't think you have to worry about him in the future. Come on, guys, hit the like button. Travis, please do not overthink everything, okay? If you see a player excluded from a photo, if you see one player from a training session, please do not overthink or overanalyze everything, okay? When it comes to engagements with the public, it doesn't necessarily mean that all players are involved. You have some players that would focus on their media obligations, some players that have to get treatment with the physio. So I don't want you to process or try to overthink or overanalyze. It's not necessary, and it's not worth your time or energy. Just focus on the fact that the team have had 3 days together, training very well, and are focused ahead of the Mexican encounter, okay? So please, no overanalyzation, guys, no overthinking, because what happens? Overthinking leads to unhappiness. Overthinking leads to unhappiness. Okay? I believe Friday, but I will keep you posted, John. Respect to the hunger of the Reggae Boy camp you've spoken about, Simon. Yeah. And Rob Smith, you are accurate. And as I made mention about in the previous video, after training sessions in Mobe today, you had locals that were approaching Leon, asking him about Aston Villa, asking about Unai Emery. So they had those conversations that were taking place. People were speaking, even to Shamar Nicholson as well. So these are conversations that were happening, that were focused, that were basically in high gear, So, yeah. So let's focus on that. So yeah, hopefully that is something that is, clear, Yes. It's been quite a good 3 days of training sessions. Very much so. So just a reminder for those, go ahead and hit the like button. Come on, guys. You guys can smash the like button right now. Right now. Okay? Good. Just smash the like button and all will be well. That's all you have to do. Quite simple. Just smash the like button. It doesn't take a lot of time or energy or strength for you to do that. Just click, and then after you press click, you press click on the subscribe button as well. Okay, guys? Good. Rich Pro Sports, for me personally, again, I'm going to stress the point that you don't want to overanalyze or overthink about anything. So look at it this way, okay? I want you to process this. This is in many ways the start of a journey. And I know comparison is also the rob or the theft of joy, but I want you to process this. Samoa's journey was November 94 against the United States. It wasn't the best start in terms of result. It was a 3-0 loss at home to the United States. 1995, friendlies in non-FIFA windows. We just had 2 friendlies in a non-FIFA window, right? And also Caribbean Cup campaign in between that as well. We had lost matches to the Cayman Islands in 1995 as well, which was, to me, one of the upsets of the Caribbean Cup of that calendar year. But what happened after more games, playing more times together? What happened? The synergy was built, the chemistry, the cohesion. It started to grow even more and more and more. But as I expect this to happen, not on this trip, but I do expect activities of these natures to be intensified, especially in the World Cup qualifying year, and I expect more corporate sponsorships to come on board closer to the qualifiers. Remember, Jamaica is going to get into action in round 2 of the World Cup qualifiers because it's going to be based on the November 2023 seedings of the FIFA rankings, and Jamaica is not ranked 29th, 30th, 31st, or 32nd within CONCACAF, which means that Jamaica will be in round 2 of the World Cup qualifiers, not round 1. So with Jamaica being in round 2 of the World Cup qualifiers, that means that they will get into action in June of next year. So that's a little over a year from now. Between now and then, you can be confident that there will be opportunities to go into communities, schools, jersey giveaway, tickets giveaway, fans being able to take photos, sign autographs. Those are things that you can expect to intensify as time progresses. So it will come. Yes, Abs. Bless up, Simon. You have any idea? Osimhen Anderson. Javan Anderson. Gold Cup 2021, for me, as I've always said, every Gold Cup, Jamaica should be minimum semi-finals. For me, that is my expectation. Every Gold Cup that Jamaica plays in, Jamaica should be at minimum the semi-finals of every single Gold Cup that we play in. Semi-finals means that you're in the last 4, and I believe that Jamaica should always be one of the best 4 teams within CONCACAF. So I think for me, the semi-finals should always be the aim. So a quarterfinal exit in 2021 for me, I was disappointed with that. I was disappointed because, as you know, that was the first time since 2011 that we were out of the competition in the last 8. So for me, Jamaica should be in the semi-finals of every single Gold Cup. And that is the expectation that I have. We want to go and win the Gold Cup. We want to win 2 trophies this year. 2 trophies on honor this year. Yeah, 2 trophies on honor this year. For me, I want us to go for the 2 trophies. 2 trophies. That's my desire. Yeah. 2 trophies. Whew. 2 trophies this calendar year. Yeah. That's something, I tell you. Let's go for some successes, build our reputation, grow it. You start to see around the world, ooh, let's play the CONCACAF champions, the European champions, Italy against the CONCACAF champions, Jamaica, the South American champions, Argentina against the CONCACAF champions, Jamaica, the Asian champions, Qatar from 2021 against Jamaica, the Oceania champions, New Zealand against Jamaica. Why not? The African champions against Jamaica. Why not? Something to think about. You know? Yep. That's the situation. That is where we are. Yes, Reggae Boyz commentary fans. Hopefully you guys got a full gist of the information. I hope that you guys also were able to hit the like button as well and were informed about the situation. What's harder, scoring or defending? That's a good question. I think I would be biased to answer that question, bearing in mind I'm a defender. So I would say scoring is the harder discipline because goal scoring is an art. Defending can be a situation of the attacker making a mistake, a poor first touch, and for you as a defender just reading the game, it makes all the difference. And I wasn't the quickest individual, and a lot of defenders, although you have quick defenders, not all defenders are quick, but because of how they read the game, they're able to make good interceptions, good time challenges, and being able to read the movement of the attackers. So for me, scoring goals is the harder discipline to master. Not saying that defending is easy, because it also has its facets where you have to work on and hone your craft. So that's what I'll say there. So yeah, that's what I'd say. So I'd say goal scoring is a much harder discipline. Yeah. So yeah. So that's what I'll say there. Simon's still a work opportunist. Simon, are you an opportunist or a realist? That's a good question. I guess it depends the context. But I would say that optimist. Look, when it comes to Jamaica, Jamaica is the land of my birth. Jamaica is the land of my parents' birth. Jamaica is also the land of my grandparents' birth. My great-grandparents, on both my mother and my father's side, came to this land and played an important role in the development of this country. My father's side from England played an important role in the agricultural aspect and also developing road networks in this country. On my mother's side, when they came in the 1840s, played an important role in the irrigation of the land, and that is the reason why today you have an entity known called Jamaica Producers, because of the irrigation that was done by the Indians. When the British came on my father's side, they played an important role in establishing these roads that we have on the island today. So Jamaica for me is my home. Jamaica for me is where my heart is and will always be. And that is where my love is. So hopefully that answers your question. So I'm always with Jamaica. Always. I have a Jamaican passport. I'm proud to show my Jamaican passport whenever I travel. I'm happy when I go through immigration and I show my passport to people. When people ask me, how am I Jamaican or I don't look Jamaican, I just tell them a 15-minute monologue about in 1494, the Spaniards came to Jamaica and they were colonizing the land for 161 years. In 1655, England took over from Spain, and in 1660 or 1670, the Treaty of Madrid was signed, which basically confirmed England's rule on Jamaica and cut Spanish ties to Jamaica. So, yeah. So I just tell them the story about that. And if they talk about skin complexion or they talk about my hair type, then I'll just remind them that Jamaica is a diverse country, just like the country that I entered in that period of time as well. You know? But I've heard many different varying nationalities in relation to what I am. I've heard people call me Tunisian. I've heard people call me Algerian. I've heard people call me British, which is in terms of heritage. I've heard people call me Spanish, which I do have some Spanish heritage. I've heard people also refer to me as Pakistani as well. As a fan, we have to be, but I laugh at my Trinidad wife. Your wife is Trini? I think you did tell me that before. Okay. Interesting. You know, the head coach of Jamaica's men's lacrosse team, Mark Wilson, his wife is from Trinidad and Tobago as well. That's interesting. Your wife is from Trinidad. So I guess every day you have bus up shot for dinner, and you have bacon shark for dinner every night, and you have doubles for dinner every night, and you have curry duck, and you have curry duck, and you have curry chicken. I know you don't say chicken curry. I know you say curry goat and curry chicken. Okay. And I know that you hear she talk about carnival and soca, because when you listen to the Trini accent, it's a sing-songy accent, just like when you go to Liverpool and you hear the people talking like this, like Stephen Gerrard and Jamie Carragher. So you hear the same sing-songy sort of accent in that region of the world. Orrington Douglas. How are you doing, sir? Hope you're doing good. How are things? Hope you and the family are doing well. Let me know how you guys are doing. If you guys are doing well, hit the like button and also subscribe to Reggae Boyz Commentary for more content. Okay, guys? That's quite simple. Hit the like button and also subscribe to Reggae Boyz Commentary for more content. How does that sound? That sounds good? Good. Hope you guys got the full gist of that. Okay? And I hope that this information that I presented to you guys was helpful. Rich Pro, I'm trying to understand what you're saying. Are you trying to say that I'm trying to think and process what you're saying, but I can't think of what you're saying. Well, Badas, I was born in Jamaica, so that blue book will always be with me. Always. I'm a Jamaican by birth, nationality, citizenship. I am a Jamaican, and nobody can dispute that. This is the land where I was born. I was born at Nuttall Hospital. I went to prep school in Jamaica. I went to high school in Jamaica. I went to university in Jamaica. I even got my degree to teach French in Jamaica at the French Alliance Française, at the French Embassy, but I got it in Jamaica. The only qualification that I received out of Jamaica was in terms of the scouting perspective at the at Hampden Park in Scotland, Scottish Football Association. But apart from that, my expertise, everything have come in Jamaica. I've lived my entire life in Jamaica. The longest time I've ever spent outside of Jamaica is 4 to 6 weeks in England, the UK by extension. That's the longest time I've ever spent outside of Jamaica. Spent 4 weeks in Dubai. I spent a month in Florida. I've spent a couple of weeks in Canada. I've traveled to 32 countries, but the only place that I've lived my entire life is Jamaica. I've spent 2 weeks in St. Kitts. I've spent 2 weeks in Trinidad. I've spent a week in St. Lucia. I've spent 2 weeks in Grenada. I've spent time in Antigua and Barbados. I've spent 2 weeks in the Dominican Republic. I spent 3 hours in the Turks and Caicos Islands, but Jamaica is the land of my birth. Funny, she is a great cook and have international cuisine. She makes a great Jamaican and Italian food. Interesting. Big up, big up, big up. Okay. Better days coming for them. Support my country. Thank you. Yeah. Yep. Thank you very much, Badas. I appreciate it. 2012, I was the recipient of the Prime Minister's Youth Award. And to this day, in my category, I'm the youngest Jamaican and also youngest person in the Caribbean to receive in my category. And in that year in particular, 2012, I was the second youngest person to receive it across all categories. You know, there was a 17-year-old that received it in the category of arts and culture. But apart from that, I was the youngest man because the 17-year-old was a woman. So I think I've done great stuff for Jamaica. You know, I'm the only man to have been only Jamaican to have been to and watch Jamaica at a Cricket World Cup, the Copa America, the World Championships in track and field, the Rugby League World Cup, the Lacrosse World Cup. I'm the only Jamaican to have done that. So it's just the FIFA World Cup to put the icing on the cake. You know what I'm saying? Top boy, how are you? Hope you're doing good. But look, guys, you know, as you guys are aware and you saw me as well, I was invited by Darren Moore to come and, you know, learn scouting and also analysis. So I did that a bit more, although there wasn't like a certificate at the end. He invited me to come for a couple of days to the training sessions, and Darren Moore and his support staff opened my eyes to other aspects as well. And you guys are fully aware that I love Jamaica and I will continue to do my best to give you guys credible information and continue putting Jamaica first place. You guys know that 100%, and I'll always do that. Dexter Lembikisa, tremendous talent, and somebody that could operate in that position for a decade, unless there are other, you know, reinforcements being made. But Dexter is a tremendous talent. For me personally, when it is match time, the last time that I felt nerves was Jamaica against Chile, but it was butterflies. It wasn't like, oh my God, this is Sanchez, this is Vidal, this is Bossejour. It wasn't nerves like that. It was just the occasion. You see the sea of red, La Roja, across Estadio Sausalito. But I wouldn't say when it's match time that I have nerves or anything like that. No. Mr. Galaxy says, hey, Simon, just coming from the lab. What's up with Mexico? Well, Mexico are just a little bit, you know, perturbed about the surface in Suriname. That's what's going on. So we'll see how they manage the surface tomorrow against Suriname. You know, let's see. Let's see how that is managed. You know, time will tell. Time will tell. Everything will fall into place in due time, eh? So we shall see. So let's give it time and we'll see what happens. Mm-hmm. Do I know Oakland Pharmacy? If it's near Oakland Apartments, then yeah, I know where that is. Yeah. Mr. Galaxy says, I think Dexter Lambikisa is our future left back. And I'm not going to say disagree, but it's hard to bet against that. You know, if he remains grounded, stays focused, continues to hone his skills, then he certainly could operate that position for a decade or at least 5 years. At the end of the day, the cream rises to the top. So that is what we can be we're about. Dexter on the left, Maximilian on the right. Maximilian Arons. Come on, Mr. Galaxy. You know who I like on the right. Or the best defensive-minded midfielders I've seen. Defensive-minded midfielders. So you're basically saying defensive midfielders. That is what you're saying, right? You're basically asking me about defensive midfielders. So it's funny because you have different periods of times, but when I call names, you're going to be like, but they did well when it was Caribbean Cup and Gold Cup. So for example, Jason Morrison and Rudolph Austin had a tandem for the Caribbean Cups, and then you had Rudolph Austin and Marvin Elliott that had a tandem for a short period of time. So it really depends on, your focus and everything. Charles Ramos says, big up Simon. Big up, Charles. How are you? How are you doing? So yeah, hopefully that's you know me well, don't you? Yeah, he's a talent, but he needs to ensure that he stays fit. Having grown up with the likes of Dunga, Lothar Matthäus, Kante, and Casemiro, yes, defensive midfielders can make a team. Yeah, they're the engine. They can be the engine of teams. They can be the difference in ensuring that your weaknesses are not exposed. They can ensure that you tidy things up quite well. So I think they have an immense responsibility in ensuring that that teams flourish and they remain consistent in their routine. Joe Smith said, Simon, you should set up for calling in show. I'll give it some thought. Simon, how's the camp going? Progressing nicely. Players settling in well, and different combinations have been worked upon. So happy days. Also, I thought Mexico was fine and wasn't allowed fans for the Jamaica match. Is that not accurate, says Charles Brahma? Well, based on the information that I'm getting is that the Mexico home game, that they would not have fans. I think it's going to be a World Cup qualifier. As I said, I'm going to do some research on it and keep you posted. But I think it will be a World Cup qualifier and not the Nations League game. But I will double check on that. I'll check on that. So yeah. So that is what I'll say. A King's Mind. Yes, we can realistically compete against, not only compete, but even snatch 3 points and silence the Azteca. Yes, sirree. Silence the Azteca. Man, I think it's possible. More than possible. achievable. Looking forward to it. Are you guys looking forward to it? Certainly I am. Yep. Great time. Given the goalkeeping options, good enough. No weekends at the back. Weekends. Yeah. For me, it's Jamali Waits between the sticks for this game now with Kanaya not in the squad for this game. For me, Jamali Waits with them on. I think he did well against Cameroon and also did well against Trinidad and Tobago as well. No, I wouldn't say there's a weakness within the squad. No, there's depth in all areas. It's one game in the window, not two. So if it was 2 games, then perhaps I could say, maybe one more midfielder. But bearing in mind, it's only 1 game in the window. Yeah, there's enough. Depth is key, Personally, I think 4 or 5 deep in every position is certainly important. That's a pool of 55 players, 4 to 5 deep, because as we know, there will be injuries, there will be suspensions, there will be personal reasons, and you cannot ignore that. And as you know, I am not pessimistic, but you have to be aware of what lies ahead. You will have injuries and you will have suspensions and you will have persons that won't be available due to personal reasons. Okay? So we just have to put that in our mind. So, okay, I called up Simon, but Simon can't come. His wife is in labor. Okay, let's call up Rich Pro Sports then. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, keep up the good work, Simon. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Jamaica is the country that I support internationally, and club football is Manchester United. I haven't missed a home game. I've missed a home game in Jamaica since 2003. And in relation to club football, I catch a few Manchester United games. I'm a season ticket holder. I have a season ticket at Manchester United, and I do catch games from time to time. My first game was 2019, Man United against Barcelona in the Champions League. I saw the game in the Premier League against West Ham 2-1, where Pogba scored those 2 penalties. And I saw the debacle at Goodison Park, the 4-0 defeat, where you had, Luca Dean and Theo Walcott scoring, 2022, I saw the game against Tottenham Hotspur, where Fred and Bruno Fernandes scored. I saw Casemiro, I saw Anthony, saw Christian Eriksen. It was great to see them play. So I catch Manchester United games when I can. And, maybe you guys look at it differently, but I just think it's a privilege. Only 76,000 people can watch a Manchester United game. And me, a 6'5" lad from Jamaica, being in the stands, watching the game, I just think it's an absolute privilege to be in the 0.1 percentile in the world, to be able to see Manchester United up close. And I look at it as a privilege, because when you're bearing in mind that there are millions and billions of people that want to watch Manchester United but can't because of geography. But I have the privilege to do so, to hop on a plane and go to Old Trafford. So, yeah. Understandable, we need to have a good communication. Yeah. Everything in time, a king's mind, everything in time. RJ says, just forward, how was the training? Training was progressive. It was important. It was a great way to look at combinations, and everything is falling into place nicely for Mexico. Jamaicans Worldwide says, do you think Man United can get Bellingham? Yes, but as you know, it will mean in excess of £90 million, maybe even 100. If Liverpool don't get Champions League football, then I think Manchester United certainly in the driver's seat alongside Real Madrid. Yeah. Simon, most of the fans don't know who Jason Morrison is. Jason Morrison played for Jamaica 2008, the Caribbean Cup under John Barnes. Jamaica won the Caribbean Cup 2008. He was part of the Gold Cup squad 2009 and 2011, and also played for Jamaica in the 2014 World Cup qualifiers against Guatemala, Antigua and Barbuda, and also the United States. But in the final round, though, it was actually Rudy Austin and Marvin Elliott that played in central defensive midfield. So hopefully that answered the question for you guys. Yeah. And I know you guys appreciated that. Yes. What a day. What a day it has been. You've never heard of Jason Morrison? Really? You've never heard of Jason Morrison? Jason Morrison has played multiple games for Jamaica. Jason Morrison has played overseas in Europe. You don't know who Jason Morrison is? I'm asking. No. Do you think John Russell will be available for the Mexico game? Yeah. What's up with Max Aarons? Max Aarons is at Norwich City. Yeah. So that is what I'll say there. You know? So hopefully that is something that everybody can, you know, factor in and process quite well. Right? Good. Up close, a great insight, Simon. Can you describe the similarities, differences, reflections you have when watching a Man United game compared to a Reggae Boyz game? Look, I don't think comparison is relevant because different cultures. So Manchester United, it's singing songs from minute 1 to minute 90. So my first ever game for watching United in the Stretford End, it was always at the wheel. Tell me how good does it feel? We got Sanchez, Paul Pogba, and Fred, Marcus Rashford. He's Manc born and bred. And then, you know, last year the song was UNITD, United are the team for me with a knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. Why don't City go home now? Along those lines, you know. So at Manchester United games, it's singing songs from minute 1 to minute 90. You're standing up every minute of the game. The only time you sit down at a Manchester United game is halftime. And even at halftime, you're not sitting down because you're going to the bathroom, you're going for a drink, you're going to get something to eat, you're going to get some scran. So those are the slight differences, I would say, in that aspect. And for Manchester United, the players, as you know, the National Stadium, it's an athletic stadium, so you're a bit further from the field. Whereas at Manchester United, you're literally on top of the field. It's a similar experience at Celtic Park as well. Celtic Park is the only ground that I've ever been where the ground beneath you shakes, where they're cheering a goal or they're on the attack and there's a corner kick. Celtic Park is one of the most remarkable places that you will ever be in your entire life. He did play in Hungary. Ferencváros, the same team that Tiffany Cameron played for. Yeah. No, I wouldn't say to Dr. Joyful. I'm not a wealthy human being. Lee says, what did you miss? Jamaica has been looking very good in training sessions as they amp up preparation against Mexico. I answered this question quite earlier, but as you know, usually the day before game, I give my thoughts on things. But I have Jamali Waite in the net at this point in time. Could that happen? We'll see. Jason Morrison was a starter in the Jamaica team. He played from Cedric Titus in D Cup. Why is his name mentioned coming in late? Island Hopping Sports here is mentioned because people were asking about defensive midfielders from recent times, and he was just a name that I was mentioning. I'm not saying Jason Morrison should be in the team. I'm mentioning Jason Morrison because he played a part for Jamaica in Caribbean Cups in the past and also the 2014 FIFA World Cup qualifying cycle. Dr. Joyful says, Simon, make up an Arsenal song. You know, Arsenal sings, we love you, Arsenal, we do. Oh, Arsenal, we love you. And then you have another song. What do we think of Arsenal? What do we think of that? That's all right. Wait, Arsenal, wait, Arsenal, wait, Arsenal, wait, Arsenal. You know, so you have songs like that. And you have songs about Thierry Henry, Thierry Henry, Thierry Henry, Thierry Henry. And then I guess one of the most compelling experiences was watching Jameel Matt at Newport County. There's a song just about the manager. So it goes like this. We play in black and amber, South Wales pride and joy. Flinny is our gaffer, a proper Newport boy. Our hearts up in the county, a passionate support. We are the supporters from the city of Newport. Ole, ole, ole. Ole, ole, ole. Ole, ole, ole. Ole, ole, ole. So along those lines. Soy panameño, hermano naturalizado de 14, Jamaica. Me gustaría saber qué nombre. ¿Qué nombre? Sé que hablas bien mi español también, hermano. Ah, qué bueno, qué bueno. ¿Cómo se llama de su hermano? Leave the singing, bro. Well, Owen, I got a tune for you, and it goes like this. Bad mind get the best of them. Bad mind get the best of them. But you guys have to soon start singing the song. Rise up. Stand and take your place. Shine like the sun. The journey has just begun. Rise up. And then you hear Shaggy parts. We start from the bottom and then reach to the top. No matter where we go, we can't stop. We stand up and salute the yellow, green, and black. You don't know it already. Oh, who you laugh about? Cursing? Cursing? All I said was bad mind get the best of them. Bad mind get the best of them. That's a song. That's all I said. I didn't know bad mind is a cursing word. It's not. It's not. You know I'm not of that nature, Owen. Come on. Yeah. But yep, you guys have to learn the words of Rise Up again. But you know, it's interesting because, you know, Oral Tracy did a very catchy song quite recently. It's World Cup We A Go. But as you guys know, it was very centered towards Qatar. Well, it's still a catchy song. So, you know, World Cup We A Go. Finish the song, what? Rise up. Stand and take your place. Shine like the sun. The journey has just begun. Rise up. Rise up, stand like the brave. Rule your destiny. Be the best that you can be. That will come, David Koch. That will come, for sure. It will come. It will come. Just give it time. Yeah. And when we qualify for 2026, we're going to ask Coach Hallgrimson to sing that song from start to finish for us. So we're gonna go whoa, 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 whoa. What's my favorite part in the song? I'm soon till you know. There's a winner inside you, just waiting to answer. Answer the call, if you answer the call, you got the voice. Now make your choice. You've got to follow your heart. Believe in who you are. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Interesting. Me here. It's on the next week movie 5. Yo, goosebumps. Okay, we need to get Dexter Dubs to lead us in a song. Yeah, you guys know that Tiffany Cameron is a rapper as well, so she can do a song as well. She did one for Canada. Well, it was in Canadian camp, but she can sing a song too. And Tiffany actually did a song for her school, OSU, Ohio State University. Yeah. Oh, I need a new tune. Yeah, he had a song. It was. Simon, I believe Old Trafford and Camp Nou, that's a different atmosphere, but I can't compare them to La Bombonera, Boca Junior Stadium. That's the craziest stadium I've ever been. Okay. Interesting. I'm glad that you have shared your experiences. Okay. La Bombonera, Boca Juniors. British Sports says, run the tune. I love the vibe. Can Jamaica fans learn to be even better fans? Who are the most passionate international fans you've seen? Passionate? Morocco at the World Cup were very passionate. Passionate international fan. That's a really good question. Really good question. I tell you what, Rich Pro Sports, ask me that question tomorrow and I'll give you the answer. I need some time to think about it, okay? Ohio, yeah, man. Ohio State University. Tiffany was saying, OSU, Michigan's gotta go. We in about second place. We riding solo. Yeah. So we need to tell them about Cardell Lerman. Oh. So yeah. So yeah. Yeah. Simon, if there is no Guatemala game, that means that USL Youngest players not basically. Well, give it time. Yeah, we know the Guatemala game, yeah, is off, but we'll see if there'll be any other match that could be scheduled in the April window. Just give it a bit of time because friendlies can be arranged in April, maybe another opponent. So we'll see. We'll see, 20. We'll see. Yeah. Hopefully an away game in the States. We'll see. We shall see. We'll see. Respect. Jamaican fans in the JPL, well, it's not like England where you have fans standing up and singing songs from minute 1 to minute 90, but passionate. We hear goal, bop, 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 or like ball, So passionate along those lines, yeah. So very passionate in terms of that aspect. But I haven't heard like a Harbour View song or a club song. But we'll see what the future brings. Everything in time. All right, guys. Thank you, everybody, for tuning into this video. Grateful to every single one of you. What kind of player is John Russell? Box to box. He's going to help you defensively, and he's going to help you from the attacking standpoint as well. He's tall. He's 6'4". He'll win you aerial battles. He has long legs. He will do a job for Jamaica. All right, Avis Williams. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I appreciate it. Hit the like button, and after you hit the like button, subscribe to Reggae Boyz Commentary for more content. Okay, guys? More content to come your way tomorrow, and a special interview to come your way tomorrow. Very special interview to come. You guys know about Jamaican heritage players in UK, in the States, in Canada, in Holland, in Germany, but did you guys know that we have Jamaican heritage players in Spain? More to come tomorrow. Have any fixtures in Canada? Reggae Girls. Reggae Girls will play in Canada in October in the Olympic qualifiers. So it's going to be a home and away playoff. Reggae Girls will host their first leg, and then they'll travel away for the second leg. In time, we'll know if it will be in Toronto or in Vancouver. More details to come with that in due course. This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. This video is brought to you by Starboys Juices, infusing fruits with sea moss in Philadelphia and New Jersey. Refreshing and nutritious. Call Starboys at 1-267-904-3454. That's 1-267-904-3454. Hey guys, thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this video in particular. But let me give you an update on a channel called Sport City. Yes, Sport City. It is a channel dedicated to everything related to Jamaican sports. Football, cricket, athletics, netball, rugby league, rugby union, tennis, lacrosse, swimming, you name it, we got it on Sport City. And what is the channel designed to do? It is designed to highlight Jamaican talents across all of those sporting disciplines. If you're a Jamaican and you're playing that sport, then we got you covered on Sport City. So it's quite simple, guys. Hit the subscribe button to Sport City right now.